Michael and Maria Vaughan, the fourth generation of hoteliers here in Lahinch. It's gosh, down through the years, you've seen a lot of changes, and your family have seen a lot of changes. How is this year working out?
This year is working out, I suppose, slightly better than flat, Eamon. I think at the start of the year we were very optimistic about maybe a 5 or 6% growth. But the summer itself has proven the Irish aren't coming out to play. The VAT reduction not kicked in exactly rightly yet. But having said that, I would be optimistic of maybe even 1 or 2% by the end of the year up, and there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's encouraging that the bottom has been reached at least, and that we're working off that base. The golfing business, I think, has been fairly strong, though.
That's exactly it. I mean, the American market is key to this village here. It's 70% of my business, and we're showing a good, strong resurgence in that market. And an interesting thing, something we haven't seen in Lahinch for maybe 20 odd years, couples coming back to golf, and that's a bedrock of golf. We had the corporate golf, we had the helicopter golf, but when you get couples coming, it's family golf, and that's very sustainable.
Terrific, and of course Lahinch have a fabulous golfing product, always have had.
Oh, indeed. I mean, the work, particularly by Martin Hawthorne in the last 6 years, has brought it back into prominence and going very well.
Yeah, you have strong views, Michael, about marketing the west of Ireland generally. Do you want to share some?
I do indeed, Eamon. I think we've been very myopic in our view of tourism. We've kind of tended to the parish pump of playing to the local parish. Here in this region, for instance, we confine our views on tourism to Clare, Limerick and North Tipperary, whereas our hinterland stretches really from Mallinhead to Mizenhead. And I think that we need to be looking at the product of the west of Ireland.
All of us sometimes forget how small all of Ireland is, really.
Absolutely. I mean, I had some people staying here from the state of Maine. We're just about the size of the state of Maine. And when you get a map of the size of the state of Maine, it doesn't at all compare to what we give out to tourists for Ireland. You'd swear we were the whole of the United States. So we need to get into that mindset and say, look, what is the west of Ireland, and what's that proposition?
Define the product better.
Define the product. I think Christoph Buller, when he came on the scene over here, said, what are you trying to get people to do when they come over here? It flummoxed us all. We were unable to give the key propositions, and we need to sit down now and plan for that.
Sure. And where do you see the great market opportunities over the next, say, 5 to 10 years?
I think continental Europe is a market that needs to grow. We need to put resources into it. I've heard there's pent-up demand of up to 25 flights a week out of Germany, for instance. Central Europe, tremendous heartland for us, but yet not exploited to the same extent. We've been tend to go to the British market and the American market, but the Europeans, this is their playground. This is where they want to be.
Sure. And do you think we'll be able to get them into the West? I mean, Shannon has to be pivotal in that, hasn't it, Shannon Airport?
It does, but I think one thing is happening, and I see it, it's a great, the old Irish term of mehel. We seem to be getting back the Ryanair generation where we lost the ability to market the country. We lost all facets of marketing. We're now saying, hold on a minute, they don't do the marketing for us, we do it for ourselves. So when we all sit together around a table with an airport, tremendous things can be done.
Absolutely. So what changes do you think are needed in the infrastructure itself and the visitor services and the experiences in the West? Are they fit for purpose, to use the modern jargon?
Well, this is one of the reasons I was saying that the wider West needs to be represented as one body, because we need to unify the facilities up and down and the product. One thing I think, getting back to first principles, the welcome, the Céad Míle Fáilte, the tourist office, I'd love to see our current structure of tourist office got back down into the local post office, give them a lifeline, into the local pub if they want to do an information point. There are people, even in this village now, a surf shop and a rental shop, doing a really good tourist information point without any cost to the state, and that's the kind of thing we need to get back to.
And there must be some opportunity for electronic devices, for apps.
Oh, indeed there is. I'm looking at the moment and it's very, very easily done. I was looking in the UK, a small GPS based app that can give every point of information. The other thing I think would be great, and we could do it simply, put the QR codes on every signpost in the country, so that when you're passing by, you could get the information embedded in the signpost. What I think that would be.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the Vaughan Lodge here, you're about 4 years old, 4 or 5 years
We're into
old now?
do you know, would you believe it? It seems like that, but we're here. This is our 7th season now.
My God.
And going back to my great grandfather, when he had a boarding house in the village, the thing back then was you could be catered for in the house, or you could have the catering done for you. And the welcome you'd get in Lahinch in those years, Eamon, was, you're very welcome, Mr. McKeown. Would you tell me this much? Do we hate you, or do you hate yourself? So that's how it was put back then. We're a bit more, I suppose, in Vaughan Lodge now, we're a bit more sophisticated than that these days.
It's a beautiful product and a beautiful location, and I hope that the business keeps going. It's certainly encouraging to see the golfers coming back, and particularly the golfing couples, as you say. And
it is, and I think I have a hope for Irish tourism, and a hope is this, that when we get beyond this old NAMA era, that maybe a whole lot of small hotels could be run by Irish people, that we could give a chance to Irish hotel managers to be funded to buy hotels that they could get their hands on right now.
Because that's the essence of the business, isn't it?
It is
family-run business, the welcome.
The welcome, it's vocational, but it's lifestyle, and the whole thing combined, and people appreciate it. I look at my ratings on TripAdvisor versus the guy up the street who's a corporate run.
Sure.
There's no comparison.
Sure.
And this could happen in every village.
Absolutely. Well, listen, on that positive note, Michael, we'll press on, and let's hope that you remain and stay busy, and look forward to, and there will be a post-NAMA area, and hopefully let's think that's around the corner.
La Cún of Day.
Thank you.